Yep, I think so. Or summer, depending on where you are. So this is my opal setup. What I thought I might do before we got into the opals, here's one of my opals for cutting. I might not do this one today, you never know. What I was going to do today is I've got my kit here. This is all of the opals that I have gotten in the last, I don't know, month or so, I suppose. It's quite a lot of opal when you think about it. It's well over a kilo. It's maybe 2 or 3 kilos, and that's not all of it. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to very quickly move over to Loki the cockatoo. Hello, little Loki. Hello, Loki. Whoop. I'll just put some water over. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Hello. You got food? I'll give you some food. Scratchy poo? Yeah. Yeah, everyone wants a scratchy poo, don't they? Yes, they do. Yeah, so Loki, if you have been following the story, Loki, so what we've discovered was this. If we lift up a little bit of the... It's all right, Loki. Lift up a little bit of the feathers there, you'll see that she's a little bit bald, and I was worried that she was stressed and plucking and stuff. Let's have a look if we can have a good look at that. Yeah, so that was a bit of a concern. And you can see her general feather condition is pretty shonky. And so I was concerned about her. And I didn't quite know what was wrong with her. I thought she might have been stressed or, something to do with the change in seasons. You do know that with humans get depressed when the seasons change. But that was not the case with Loki. Yoink. That was not the case with Loki. She wasn't actually depressed. She was, if anything, happier. And she is molting, but you can see at the bottom of the cage, there's actually, 3 oranges. That's just me trying to prove that I feed her. There was feathers at the bottom of the cage, and she was molting, and I'm going, well, what's going on here? And I have found the reason, and I'll show that to you in just a little while, hopefully anyway. We've had a gust of wind through here, and because feathers are feathers, they blow around. So I had some example feathers around, and I might have just... Now I've got to be careful. I've made the floor slippery trying to make sure that you had nice opal photos. Okay, let's see if we can get this one in. Max the cockatoo. Hope you don't bite me, mate. I'm a bit vulnerable here, aren't I? Here we go. There we go. You like that? You want a bit of a scratchy poo, do you? Do you want a scratchy poo? Hang on.
I think he's live streaming. Alright, well, I think I left the laptop charger if I I have a solution to do.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I was just listening to children having problems. Now, here's something that I've done myself. This is a silly thing. Have a look over here. This is the problem that you do when you play with their feathers too much. I was just absent-mindedly just picking out his pin feathers, and if you have a look here, see if we can get there. You can just see in there's that brown spot. I accidentally picked it whilst it was a bit too, it was a little bit too unripe, so to speak. There we go. Have a look at that. That's just pathetic for me to do. That's called a blood feather. You don't do that. It was an accident, of course, but poor fella. He seems to still like me. But at any rate, so we've got that feather condition with Max. And we've got Loki's feather condition. So there's been feather central here, but I'll show you something. Oh, he doesn't like it when I stop. That's why he bit. Okay, so we'll move over to here. Hopefully it's still up and running, but if the wind has been going, where's it gotten to? That's annoying. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is, a microscope. And so what I'm going to do is I've just got a feather here. I'll just show it to you. I found this on Loki, just on her back. The feather actually split. And seeing I've got a microscope, I thought, well, let's have a look at that under the microscope because it's actually quite brown and black. So let's just see if this live stream can actually do this. There we go. There we go. Now I'll have to just adjust it. Yoink. Hopefully you can see this. But there we go. Have a look at that. That is Loki's feather under the microscope. So this isn't a plucking issue. This is a mite. This is a feather mite. So that's a combination relief and annoyance, because that means that Loki herself has to have some treatment options given to her. So I book appointments with vets and get various treatments for her. So that is the update with Loki. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is something a little bit more fun than just the Loki stuff. I've got some opals here. And here is a packet of opals called Goopity Shine. Here's a packet of opals called, that's the Shine. This is the Shine Plus Plus. So this is the really, really shiny ones. And this one is the really not so shiny ones. But I haven't sorted them all out yet. So there's a few, as a matter of fact, you can just see down the bottom there, you can see something that's glimmering away in there. So these are opals before they become the gems that end up on your neck. And here's an example of the opal, just here. Let's see if we can get that to shine. You're going to have to forgive me because I can't see the screen very well at all at the moment. So there we go. Beautiful little opal there. Hello Scott, how you doing? Now, that's what they look like. Now, the thing about it is that all of these opals that I've gotten have been in a package of, I've actually got that one say it? That's colours. No, don't worry about it, the packet's there somewhere. But it said basically colourless, no colour in these opals. And quite frankly, couldn't have been further from the truth. Have a look at all these. About a kilo of opals has yielded, I don't know, maybe 200 grams of opals that you can cut. And here is just some stuff which has been on the top of my machine, just either waiting to be cut or has been smashed up a little bit. So we'll cut a few of these today. And finally, I've got an interesting development on a few of my opals. This one was a knobby I did a little while ago, and I did it in low light. And one of the things I said when I was doing the knobby in low light, I'll just get down here. When I was doing the knobbies in low light, I said to the people who were watching the stream that it's possibly a little bit too low a light to see whether these knobbies actually do have colour in them or not. And so I probably should stop before I run into trouble. And it proved to be some very wise words, because I'll see if I can show you this. Not sure you're going to be able to see it, because you have to see it in the correct light too. Yoink. And I need to be able to see it, so hopefully you'll be able to see something. I'm looking myself. Yeah, it's glimmering away. There you go, see that? This was allegedly colourless, and all it needed was a little bit of sunlight. So this knobby has been put back onto the cutting agenda. Here's another allegedly colourless thing. Let's get that one wet and we'll show you. Enormous chunk of material. Now I've even put some lines on there to show where the colours are. Let's see if we can... The best way to do this is to zoom right into it. Assuming I can show you the opal at all. There we go. Come on. Give us some actual zooming. There we go, good. Now all you have to do is get the shine to work. It's all very technical. It's not working today. Hopefully you'll be able to see something of that. You may have to move it around. If that's the case, then there we go. See if you can spot that. Come on. You can do it. It is glimmering away just up over where my thumb is. trouble is that I'm having a great deal of difficulty actually seeing. So what we're going to do today, and hopefully it's not going to end up in a complete bust, I'm going to take this out. Those are my cut stones in my cut jar, and pop them down here. I've got another bag here. Now this is how I do it. Basically, I get opal. Oh, I'm going to zoom out again. Ah, How's that? Can you hear me now? Hello, is this thing on? All right, sorry about that. So I did a whole thing about Loki. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I couldn't actually see because the sun. Oh, far out. Because the sun was shining on the. Sorry, I'm just checking to see that I've got maximum volume, maximum intensity. Because the sun was shining on the screen, I couldn't read any of the words on there. So, anyway, what I'll do is I'll show you what I found. We'll have a good look at these in a second. And what I might do is, whoa, don't want to do that. So those are the ones that I just found in that little bag there. And seeing we've got sunlight here, we might be able to do a little bit more exploration of the opals. I will turn the opal machine on. Here we go. As you can see, everything's just a little bit more easy. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm repeating the beginning. I'm Dr. Phil, and welcome to my show. We're going to have explosions and all sorts of things. Actually, I was explaining that I actually found the problem with Loki. She actually had mites in her feathers. So, poor little thing. I'm going to actually be finding a vet or a couple of sprays to give up. I'm just going to turn this down a bit. I also have a drink somewhere, and it's quite warm here. It's still winter, but it's Australia. And my voice is hoarse because I've been talking the entire time, even though you haven't heard it. Unbelievable. Yeah, it is. And now I've run out of drink. So what I might do is whilst I've got a few things going on here, I'll have to explain this. I cut this knobby earlier and I cut it in low light, and I was saying I don't know if it's actually going to shine up, and it does have some flash in it. And let's see if we can get that to happen. There we go. Can you even see that? Okay. What I'll do is I'll zoom in, and hopefully once you get the zoom, right, we've got the zoom happening. Hopefully I can get the sun flash happening. It's too hot. The water's evaporating off the stone really quick. I've got a thing here, haven't I? Is that water? Nope, not water. That was cordial. That's not going to work. Okay. We'll just have to do what we can. All right, let's try this again. There, got it a little bit. I saw it just flash in the... So I've got to get my head out of the way. So I'll get it into shot, and then I'll get my head out of the way, try and get the flash to happen before the water evaporates. I think you saw a bit of it. So at any rate, that is worth doing. So what we might do is we might give that one a shot, but that's going to be quite tricky. I've got this guy. This one's not exactly a slam dunk, but you may or may not notice the dots on it. I just want to cut that off and see what it looks like straight ahead. So there we go. And I'm going to just bring us back to here. Good. So let's just get cutting. This one may or may not produce colour. It's just I want to get this cut so that it's facing the right way. You should have heard all the jokes. They were great. They were, you know, champagne humour and everything. Now, just so you know, the sun's shining directly onto the phone at the moment, and that might overheat it. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. Trying to shield the phone as well whilst I'm cutting, which is not exactly easy. I've got this thing set at the lowest level, that's why it's taking ages. This stone is actually quite hard. Good news is that as I'm cutting it, I'm seeing some really promising signs. I'm also seeing some pretty wayward cutting on my part. Oh, not too bad. Not too good, but not too bad. It was mostly the drawing that was the issue. Measure twice, cut once, as they say. I'm hoping that is not affecting the phone, because that is really quite hot sun. For the middle of winter, very hot. And now it's feeding directly onto the phone. So if the stream gets interrupted, it'll be because my phone overheated. Yeah, it's working. It's only that final little bit that was a bit of an issue. So hopefully it'll all work out. Vibrating a bit. Shouldn't do that. Okay, I'm just reading what you're saying. You like the rate of the saw, which, varying in RPM, is being manipulated by the camera frame rate, making... Yep, the heat did mess with the phone. I'll just flip this around and you'll see. Giant chunk of ice. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly give Loki a bit of a scratch, and we'll go back and explain what happened with Loki whilst we're doing this. What you'll see... Oh, for the love of mine. Sorry, to do the pictures, I put a piece of water on the floor. Hello. Yes, I brought it with me. Yeah. So yeah, the phone did overheat. Yeah. So what I'll show you is hopefully we've still got the image of Loki's feather over here. I'm just going to give it a minute or two. So there you go. That is what Loki's feather looks like under magnification. And I think that means that we've got a mite problem on her, which is really itchy. So there you go. What I might do is, whilst we're waiting, if you saw the David Bowie thing that I did before, I was hacking the place apart with a Bowie knife. But this is a a Banksia oblongifolia, which I cut down. No, I didn't cut it down. It's still over there. So don't worry. I might be right. There we go. That's a seed pod. These ones, not quite done. There we go. Grab those. Obviously, I am looking for stuff for the birds. Grab this one. Oh, come on. Just because I hit you with a Bowie knife. This is ground control to Major Tom. All right, this is a lily pilly. I've probably already cut a few bits of lily pilly off, so I should just grab... Oh, who cares? Just grab that. There we go. Not you. That'll do. Right. That's an... Oh, there's one of these guys. Check that out. Right. Grab this and grab this and grab this. We give them to the birds because they love them. Oop, and up. One of the advantages of living in Australia is this. Still quite warm there. Let's see if that is in the shadow yet. No, not in shadow quite yet. Give it 5 seconds or so and it should end up in shadow. She'll be okay. Hey Max, look at this. What do you reckon? No? Okay. I was offering you food. Max is okay with the food offering. You like your scratches at the moment? Scratch right there, yeah. Of course, the mites will probably be the reason why she is scratching. What I have actually done at the time being is I've got a pyrethrin-based insecticide. I Googled it. It's in a carbon dioxide spray pack, so I can't, just, like one of the Mortine ones. So I can't just spray them with it because that's a bit unfair. But what I did was I got a little file and I sprayed the file and then I scratched them with it. And so that's the first treatment. So I think she's feeling an awful lot better already. There you go. Don't give me that look. Oh. Hang on. Do you want one of these? Yeah, take that one. That is what cockatoos do as a general rule. Let's have a look. This piece. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shove this into the cage like this, and Max will have a great deal of fun just trimming. It's okay, it's not going to attack you. When he's over the shock of the thing moving under its own weight, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. Max. It's okay. It's not evil, it's just a Banksia. Oh dear, that was funny. So it moved under its own weight, and he thought that the Banksia was out to get him. It's okay. It's not going to get you. It's not going to get you. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Yeah, look at it. There you go. Not happy. Loki's doing the cockatoo thing with the Banksia, which is good. Yeah, go on. Take a bite. Take a bite. Yeah, that's the way. See? Yummy. See? There you go. Delicious lily pilly. There you are. I think he's getting over the shock of being attacked by a Banksia, which is good. I'm backing off. I'm going to give this one to Loki because you might, or do you want it? No, you go ahead, take it. It'll be right. You can do it. You can do it. Good bird. Yeah. All right. You can actually see some a different kind of mite, a leaf mite that's sitting on there, which is probably something that the birds will love to eat. You can see bits of orange on Loki's beak, which is also good. And while we're here, I'm going to go grab myself a drink because it is so very, very hot. And then we'll go out and we'll hopefully be able to get this one. Right. Oh, look, there was a swarm of wasps out there. Welcome to Australia. Wasps do not concern us. It's a bit annoying, they ate all the poisonous spiders. Okay, here we go. Ba-da-da-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-da-dum-bum, ba-da-bum. What's over here? I think we've got a lizard in our fish tank. Let's have a look. Oh well. No, there's a wasp's nest in there though. Oh well. Let's go. Yeah, I left the motor running. So hopefully this is going to be a little bit better. I'll use my carefully arranged shadow. I see what you're talking about with that frame rate. Okay. What have we got here? Forgot about that. When I was washing out the opal cutting area today, a whole heap of opals came around. Or is this from the other? I don't know. No, it's not. This must have been the opals. Alright, pop them there. All good. We'll just deal with them in sequence, I reckon. I definitely can do that one. Just having a quick look at what we've got here. I've left the other one inside. Alright, let's have a look and we'll cut the skin off this one. This is quite a good one. Here's hoping. If I cut out again, we'll take that as a sign from the Almighty that he doesn't want his precious opals to be cut today. If I get struck by lightning, you'll know, don't cut opals. You've got to be kidding me. It's alright, it's not a big deal, it's just that I put my spanner away. I've got this one, I should probably face that one up too. Basically what's happened is it started to rattle loose, so it's not a big deal. Righty tighty, lefty loosey, never remember. righty tighty, lefty loosey. So uppy loosey, which is not as easy to remember. Terrible mnemonic. Not to mention, it's pretty difficult to push the button, and there we go. Right, in you go. And then downy tighty, apparently. You shouldn't tighten it too much. If you over tighten these things, you can split the atom. I don't know. You just shouldn't do it. Alright, okay, so here we go. Let's see what else can go wrong. Yoink. Yeah, it's really warm. I'm actually in a t-shirt. Welcome to Aussie winter. Right. So it looks like the opal is facing, where are we? Opal's facing on this side. So there you go, have a look at that. Let's see if I can I'll see if I can just finesse the facing back a little bit. I don't think I can do much with it though. We'll see. Well, I can do something with it. What I might have to do is literally cut it along that, where are we? I'll cut along that black spot. I think that I just need to push it up a little bit in speed. Not a huge amount. I definitely need to angle it still. This is where experience comes into play. But J for Genius is here. Okay, there's nothing bad with the cutting tool. It's just the additions that I have bolted onto it are starting to vibrate at an uncomfortable frequency. So don't worry, nuclear Armageddon is not going to happen. So I'm going to cut it from the back here at this angle. Hopefully I'm correct. We need to do the backs anyway. I am correct. So let's just go like that. Now I've got the option of doing a really long cab, or alternately, yeah, I'll do a slightly shorter cab. I'll cut it like this because it's going to look a bit gammy anyway. And it's a bit as your father. I might be able to make a nice little stone out of this tiny little cut off anyway. That was the correct call. That was the correct call. I'm so glad. Okay, here we go. I think the opal guy, that when it's hot in America, it is cold in Australia and vice versa. I can remember a very interesting moment occurred when I was in Nebraska. I flew to Nebraska from, obviously, Australia, Sydney. When I left, it was January. No, it wasn't. It was It was near October because it was election time. It was when when Obama got his second term. So it was just after Halloween. But it was 30 degrees Celsius in Australia when I left, or in Sydney at any rate. When I got to America, it was 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Exactly the same temperature. Not. Okay, look at that. There we go. So that, if you've been following the narrative, that was a stone that was from the absolute no colour pile. I've now turned it into a ring stone. It's a little bit small, but that's going... Where's the jar? The jar's over there. Oh well, let's pop it over here. You can admire it. There it is. Admire, admire, admire. Right. So what I'll quickly do is I'll have a look at this guy. This is something that's a guy who I got some of my material from. He was cutting it. Now what I reckon we need to do is this. If I'm right, I'm a genius. If I'm wrong, I've just destroyed a stone. Yay! Come on. You're supposed to be on the thing. Come on, be on the thing. On the thing. On the thing. On the thing. Good, you're on the thing. Have a look at it. Yeah, I think that's right. Now you're probably not going to be able to see it. I'll zoom in and see if you can. But the colour is pretty darn subtle. So there's a lot of pinks and greens in there basically. Hopefully when I see this tonight as a review, I'll actually know. Oh yeah. As I was, device is overheating, we're going inside. Sorry about this. But it would have been no fun for you to not see the stream again. If you want to know where you are at the moment, you are in my freezer. Do you like gluten-free ice cream? I don't know why it's gluten-free. You can tell I've got kids. One of my children got a pillowcase, soaked it in water, and stuck it in the fridge for... All right. Well, that was interesting. Hello, careful. Oh, okay.
Hi guys.
Hello, this is my daughter Olivia. Oh, sorry.
Forget that.
Shh, don't tell anyone. All right. Yeah, so the phone overheated again.
Why aren't you having the aircon on? I have the aircon off in my room.
Well, I can't. Not outside. I'm not going to air condition outside.
Oh, I thought you were meeting in the house and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. All right. So at any rate, where were we at? Should I go out?
Balm?
What?
This is lip balm.
Why do I? What?
Just put your finger in and put it on your lips.
Okay, I'm being given advice from my child. Do I look much more stunning now?
Yes, Dad, you're slaying king.
Apparently, there's a thing called beekeeping.
What?
I don't know.
All I know about is Brat Summer.
Right, do I dare go outside again? Because,
No.
yeah, because
Why was the heater on this morning?
the birds were, it was cold and the birds were quite cold. And remember how Loki got no feathers?
I knew he my precious baby.
Okay, right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I've had the phone on the... I had the phone on a block of ice. Literally on a block of ice. What can I do here? I'm just looking for something I can use to shade the phone, because it's not going to take too much longer before the sun's losing any of its power. Okay, so here we go. Going to pop this here, and hopefully, everything's going to be okay. What could possibly go wrong? Alright, so let's have a look. I don't know what I did with that. Tape aluminium on the back. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I've got heat sinks that I take off phones. I should be able to do that. Hey, I've got this thing. Got a giant piece of black stuff. So if I just shade the phone like that, I just need to put it onto. I don't need to do much. Okay, for the time being, I'm not going to see anything because there is a piece of black shading on the phone. So hopefully it will all work well and it'll be great. In about 5 minutes, when the shade has actually come over the opal rig, I will come back and I'll have a look at all of the amazing comments that no doubt everyone's made. Look, like, what happened to your thumb? So I'm doing two things. I'm faceting one side, I'm curving the other to see what happens, because I've got more material to play with. This is actually looking quite good. Surprisingly good. I don't know what you're seeing. I literally don't know what you're seeing because I've covered you up so that I don't overheat the phone again. Probably take the cover off. Phone's overheated. 5 minutes ago. Thanks, phone. Alright, so what have we got here? Evidence that this is quite a brutal cutting tool. Speaking of brutal tools, note to self, if I'm ever going to invade a foreign country, maybe I should consider protecting my borders. Oh dear. Watching all that unfold. Okay. What I'll do is I've left it as a marquee cut and I'll pop that into the jar. I don't know what you're seeing, but it is quite nice. It is very soft and subtle though. Pop that down there with everything else. Alright, let's get one of these ones which I took out of the... Yeah, so this is one of the large ones which I took from the... Let's see. Okay, so do I get nervous working on the beautiful stones? I lifted the cover off to have a look at what people are saying. Yes, but the thing is that I also do, I'm a musician as well, and I've performed, and I don't rate my voice very highly at all. I mean, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm not suffering from a crisis in confidence. But like, my voice just isn't as good as other people's voices. But when you've got to get stuff done, you've got to get stuff done. And if like the lead vocalist needs some backup, then you just got to step up and do it, because no one else is going to do it. And the same deal with opals, really. If you don't cut that opal, it's not going to get cut. It's going to remain like this, and so by default it's going to be valueless. So you may as well step up and have a go. And one of the pieces of advice I would give anybody who's cutting an opal is I would find a really expensive stone from my own collection even, and say, here, cut this. It's worth $1,000 if you do it right. And I know that I've stuffed up enough stones in my time to not really worry about it if it ends up not being $1,000, because there's any number of things that can go wrong. Like, it's not just you stuffing up that could reduce the value of the stone. It could be just not the stone's time. So this stone here, it might have a crack right in the middle of it, which means that it was never going to cut a good stone. You don't know that. No one knows that. So nothing is a guarantee. It does get frustrating, because one thing that does happen is that you cut the stone, and when you start, you go, well, this looks good. You keep going, you go, well, this is looking really good. And then you get to the end of the cut, and that's when you drop it, or something stupid. There's so many stupid things you can do in the entire beginning to end. And at this point, this stone could be anything, right? It could be a $10 stone, could be a $100 stone. At the end of the process, you know what it is, and that's when you start really worrying. The opal guy has got an interesting decision to make, but at the moment I don't think he's particularly concerned. I could be wrong, opal guy, by the way. I don't think he's particularly concerned about that Ethiopian opal that he's got. He's either going to try and get rid of the crack in the middle somehow and just make a giant 5 or 10 carat stone, whatever it is. Alternately, he's going to cut down the middle. But before he's made that decision, it's just a rock. It's only afterwards that you start getting a bit nervous. Here we go. It's got a twist in it. I'm trying to get rid of that twist. Let's twist again, like we did last summer, demonstrating how I'd never make a vocalist. I play guitar and drums. Being a drummer is handy because everyone plays guitar. That means that you've got something to do. What I've noticed about this one is that, like, these particular opals, these Cooperpedia opals, they've got a rough face when you start, and if you have to cut on the rough face, it takes a little while before you get past that really hard rough exterior. And until you do, there's also a few other tricks you need to employ, but until you do, you've got this opal that's really not going to behave very well. It's going to keep fracturing. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to soften the edges a bit so that it doesn't necessarily catch and fling pieces of opal off unnecessarily. Because at the moment, it's killing me. Whoa, don't do that. Okay, so it's a bit asymmetric, but that's okay, because I think what I'll do is I'll leave it at that. But we'll zoom, I'll take this cover off and then I'll zoom in. that diamond was nuts. I'm not sure what you're saying there, but that's alright. I'm just going to zoom right in so you can see what I'm seeing. Let's see if you can. Can you see what I'm seeing? Who knows? Can you see what I see? Try zooming right in, see if we can get more. Don't think you're seeing much on that, are you? Try and get it to shine and then we'll. There we go. Oh, come on, show it. Just a little bit. So it's not too bad. There you go. So, just looking at it, it does need to be cleaned up a little bit, but I am okay with that. Right, so that was a nice there we go. That was a good one. Let's see what else we've got here. That one, let's just, I might not do this one, I'm just carving the back of it. Keep going. My question is, Opal Guy, are you going to take my advice and cut it, or are you just going to go? Are you going to go for glory? Are you going to try and get a whole stone out of it? I don't have much experience with Ethiopians, but all of them that I've had so far have been very cracky. Hard to work with. So I'd be cutting it, even if it didn't say crack. I'd be like, it's too big. They're overheat, see? Yeah. There's an awful lot of that going on. Yeah, I keep all my material in a little drawer and it's very hard to throw it out. What I might do is I might actually mix it in with my concrete and make a cement thing out the back, and so at least if it isn't a valuable stone, it's still there. Yes, you're quite right about that. It is a bit of a nuisance thinking that it might be valuable. What's it going to do? It's going to get something... No, oh, it's going to get the black thing. That's right. Cover it up again before it overheats. That's what I was going to do. There we go. So I'll take it off in a few minutes and see what's developing. Opal Guy, you could actually sell some of yours. Just there should be a gemology group somewhere, and they'll give you a valuation for each of your stones. I think that the value that you're giving your stones, I would at the very least add $50 to whatever you're saying. Sometimes sometimes the shaping gods haven't been kind to you, but at the same time, you're pretty good with your polish, so I think you could actually get away with an awful lot more value to the stone. There we go. So the shade thing that I was using just fell off and landed in the water. Had to dry it and la-di-da-da-da. So the opal cutting itself is going well. Production values, well, they leave a bit to be desired. I need to sack my producer. My makeup artist is doing alright. She gave me lip balm. My makeup artist is a secret name. No one is allowed to know. So whatever you do not scroll back and find out her name. Kids these days, they are so worried about this thing called doxing, which is basically finding out where you live. Apparently people are called SWAT teams and whatever else to people's addresses. I think, you know what, if I was important enough for people to call SWAT teams too, that would be impressive. Now, Jazz for Genius, as for this stone, the only reason it's becoming valuable is because I'm cutting it, so I'm not worried about this one at all. I'm not worried when it gets to the polishing stage, but at the moment, no, it's an unknown quantity. As a matter of fact, yep, I just cut all the colour off it. Oh well. Sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you. There was no, I mean, I might have made a mistake, but there was no helping that. So this is a nice little one that I could possibly ruin too. For context, however, I did just fish this out of 30 bucks a rough, so like I have no right to be demanding any value out of this, but I will be. It's a nice little ringstone, it's beautiful. May have to make it into a doublet, but I think it's bright enough on its own. It's just a little bit dicey on the reverse side, that's all. I think if you're Justin from Black Opals Direct, I don't know how he copes with it, but he would buy a chunk of rough for, you know, a couple of hundred to a couple of $1,000 bucks. Look at that little guy. That's a beautiful little stone. That was in the not colour, in the stuff designated to not be colourful. This is an offcut here. Let me have a look. Oh, look at this. Okay. I don't know if I'm showing it to you right, but there is colour here in abundance. Let's give this one a bit of a burl. So, what I'm having to do is I'm having to face it the right way. So if you have a look at that, the way that it's currently pointing, that way up is how it needs to go to get this colour to happen. Oh, come on, show the colour. Where's the colour? Hang on, just going to try and find the darn colour. There we are. Okay, so this face here has got colour on it. And what I've got to do is I've got to cut this face in a bit. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to get rid of some of this face, the colourful face, here, like so, and then I'm going to angle it in a bit just to try, and I'm not trying to, you know, force the opal's will, but I have to try and get that face to be a little bit not that way too much, and it's not going to work at all. changing the face is probably the most difficult of the tasks that you can do. Well, that was interesting. Look at this. Pink on that side, blue on that side. What am I going to do? I don't know. What I'll do is I'll just quickly, I'll make this face. I know what I'll do. This is going to be a very special stone. Right, so I've got that side sorted. I don't think I've ever worked with a stone like this before. Talk about pressure. Whoop. Don't worry about that. Only a unique stone, don't worry about it. So what I'm doing now is I'm just actually making it entirely round. And I'm going to do the same with the other end. I'm going to have to give special instructions to the jeweler for this one, because I'm going to have to dot it a special way. So I'll leave it at that. So basically we have 4 different orientations, each with a different colour. That's astonishing. I have never seen that before. There's one colour there. Then you've got to kind of flip it around to get the other colours. So I'm going to put that down. That is just bizarre. It is most certainly a keeper. Oh, I love the colour of Sunflash. Don't ever... Like, I like stones that are secret. Let's have a look at this one. Speaking of secret, let's do this guy. Been meaning to do it for a while. So that blue, that's not colour, that's just where I have identified the colour bar to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the colour bar off it. Not the colour bar, I'm going to cut the other stuff off it. Very gently cut that away. And let's see what kind of flash is underneath there. Do we have more of a colour bar there? Oh, that reminds me, I'll get another one out, because if you remember there was a pink potch that I was looking at before. I'll grab that one. We'll do one of the Shine Plus ones. This one. Yeah, this one here. That's that one. Alright, yeah. So I was saying I was hoping to find colour in a particular one with the pink potch on it, and it was this guy here. Now have a look at it in the sun now. Can you see that? Let's see if you can see it. Can you spot it? That one, it was not showing at all in the evening light last time I was cutting it. Look at it now. It's just amazing. So I might give that one a go. Not right now. But what I'll also do is I'll do this one. This one will be, that'll be pretty slam dunky, I reckon. in case you didn't see it. That'll be a slam dunk. Probably anyway. I could be wrong. I was wrong once before. Okay, so I'll pop that there. So all I want to do is expose the colour here, see what we get. See what I could get, I see what I could get, I look into those big brown eyes, and I said, hey, you ain't seen nothing yet. Oh baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. Baby, it's nothing you're gonna forget, baby. Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. It's a grinding solo. Alright, let's see, what have we got? Quite a toughie, this one. There's the colour, so let's just carve around there. I'll carve you off here. So what are we looking at? More pink potch is what we're looking at. So that's cracked there, and it's cracked all the way up there, so cut that off. A few too many wheat bix there. I'm hoping to extract some pink potch from this as well, because you can see that right there. So depending on what happens, if we get pink potch with colour in it, I am going to be over the pink potch moon. We'll just see what happens. Whoa! Okay, that was interesting. It just went straight in. So there's an awful lot of sand material here. It was cracking, so that's alright. The reason I'm cutting this in the first place is because I saw the crack. see if there's any colour here. Can't see anything. We'll just quickly have a squeeze here. Let's take this off. Thing is, we're moving into evening now, which makes it more difficult to see the colour. We've still got enough light to see colour by, but it will get more difficult as time progresses. I know this. Done it before. I'd say maybe 6 or 7 at the moment is the witching hour for opal cutting. What I'm just doing is I'm cutting a look. Oh, look at that. There's nothing amazing here, okay, so don't. But there's just a little line, a little colour line there. So that means, let's have a look at this guy. So I'm just taking it out into the sun. Okay, so first things first. I'm expecting all of this to be rubbish. I will layer by layer just remove it. So this is a piece of opal, so I'll cut that off. Now that's the matrix stuff that this is made from. So we've got to cautiously have a look as we go, just in case we're not doing something stupid to something really precious. Nothing yet. So that has, okay, there's a crack there, so we'll get rid of that crack. I'm going to cut in an angle. It'll probably nap off anyway. I'm a bit curious, so what I'll do is I'll just cut into it from the top. See what that section looks like. Okay, yeah, so this opal has got fractures and it's what I call dendritic. It's got a few dendrites which are just, in soil science we call it tonguing in. So that's a good thing, that's a good sign, because I think that all of these, see that inclusion there, in a few million years that's opal, same deal with that. But as we go deeper we might find that it's doing more funky things to the opal. That's what I think this is, that chunk of colour. So let's just carve into this bit. Bit too keen, aren't I? Oh, my grip's not good. Right. Now this is interesting. We now have a pink potched base. Checking out this piece here. Nothing in particular that's remarkable, I'm just having a real good look at it. Can't see anything precious. So, take a quick drink because it's boiling. It's probably only 30 degrees or so. I wonder if it's 30 Fahrenheit in the US. Okay. This must be some kind of, I reckon it's a piece of bone. It's a bit annoying. Oh well, too late now. Yeah, I couldn't keep the pink potch because it's too porphyritic. But because we're cutting up to this piece of blue, that means we're coming up to the colour. That's interesting. I'm going to carve this off to see what's underneath. That'll have to go, but I'll carve this off just to make sure we've got everything understood about this opal. Oh, finally! I can take the cover off soon because it's getting cooler. I'm now in shade. I'll just carve this, see what's going on there. They may still have to go. Yeah, that bit there. Alright, that's where this was, so I'll finish that up. Bit too keen there. Grab this piece. Whilst we're waiting for the thing to recharge. So I literally cut the blue mark off. So we're in the colour zone somewhere. It's right there. This is where a crack was, so regardless of whether there was colour there or not, you just got to cut through it. Right. You can see there's just that sort of semi pink potch just all the way through it, so I'll just give it a bit of a zhoosh. Yeah, that's that crack there. So let's just give that crack a bit of a zhoosh, see what it does. Yeah, so I think that the crack is actually starting there and ending there. And where's our colour? I can see just a little bit of colour here. Right. If I cut down to here, what happens? Quite solid. So I'll have a look in the middle. Look. Oop, there we go. Well, at least I've got this bit. So right, it went straight through. At least I knew my geometry. Excuse me? That was a Currawong. It's a Corvid. Australian crow, basically. Okay, boring. So let's go and have a look at this one. See what the colour is. Over remove the colour. Yeah, I can't see the colour on here anymore. I think what I'll do is I'll just have a look at this one later. It could be that it's just the witching hour, so we can't see the colour. Let's have a look at this. So I've got this one. I'm wondering whether I should do this, or should I actually soak it in a sugar solution and see if I can get it to be a matrix. I might do that. So I'll leave that one there. Let's have a look at what else we've got here. Alright, do we dare do this one? I reckon we'll do this one and we'll finish. So, let's have a look. What I'm doing is I'm cutting this in bits off rather than grinding them off, because of the option of maybe keeping a nice bit of that stone for myself. That's not going to work like that, so I'm just going to grind it. Hopefully this colour bar will face this way. If not, we have to go from the side. Would you look at that? Oh my giddy aunt. Okay, there's a crack here. Gonna have to get rid of that crack. Don't want to, but I have to. Throwing a lot of fragments back at my face. That's a good sign, because I didn't want the cracked bits. Right. Nice chip there. Let's keep going. I'm really relaxing the pressure now, because this is quite hard and it wants to crack. It's just sitting there going, I dare you. I'm going challenge accepted, but I'm not going to be that nasty. Getting a bit
buttery here, which is good. I'm risking my finger this time around because it's a good stone. So I'm happy to hack into my finger accidentally because it doesn't really hurt anyway. More than I'm willing to hack into the stone. So, what have we got here? I'm going to have to cut that corner off. That would have happened anyway. It's better that you cut it off, or at least know what's going to happen, than for you to be sitting there struggling with a stone and going, oh no, it broke. I suppose that's one of the other things, J for Genius, because most of us attack the stones with a bit of knowledge. Like by the time you get to, like, there's a few people who are like just starting up with the opal, and even they, having just worked with the material for even a few weeks, start to understand what the material does. You really do get a feeling for it. So as you get to understand the material, you lose your fear. You respect it. You don't fear it per se. You're not scared of cutting it. Almost anxious to cut it. Just taking that convenient interval to have a quick look at the opal. What I need to do is just reorient the stone a bit. I'm opting to cut it because there may be precious opal here that I don't know about. I think it's a colour bar, but it could be just a colour blob. So I'm going to assume that all of this opal here is precious, and I'm going to try not to waste it. Every opal's precious, every opal's good. Okay, so that's nothing, which is good. I'm now moving into the base of the stone. I kind of know what I need to do now. Far out, this is going to be a monster. So, it's thrown a few fragments, so you can see that. I am going to grind it down because I am now looking at the stone itself. And I think that I've just got to really work on the value of the stone. Talk about being nervous. This is where you start to get nervous because I can see it. This is just mine to destroy. It's really good. And every now and then you see a bit being thrown off it and you go, was that because I was too ham-fisted with the opal? The answer to that question probably is yes. Right, I don't often do this, but I'm going to lubricate the stove. Because this is really quite a high value opal. Now I've got to de-lubricate my fingers because I've got to be able to grip the stone. Now you might notice, J for Genius, I'm starting to take a little bit of extra care here. No jokes, just pure concentration. I'm not worrying too much about the shape of the stone at the moment. I'm trying to get the rough edges off it. I'm also trying to remove any risk of it throwing a piece. There's still nicks and gullies in it. I'm also looking at the colour bar, and I'm trying to straighten that back to the colour bar. Let's have a look. Alright. What's the most important thing that needs to be done? I need to get anything that's jutting out and eliminate it, because that is what's going to get it thrown to pieces. So that bit goes. Very good. Behave yourself, little Stony. Behave yourself. Oh boy. Look at that thing. It's enormous. My goodness. Whoa. Gotcha. Let you do that again. Oh boy. Here we go. In case you're interested, the blade spins this way, and I've got to make sure the upstroke is hitting the opal, not the downstroke, because that'll throw pieces. Yeah, I do. By the way, I think Betelgeuse will go supernova soon, but it's a weird star. I don't think it's the red giant people think it is. I think it's actually got a star inside it. But there are people who are suggesting that it's further along the series than it is. By the way, I do call it Beetlejuice. Apparently there's an Arabic name to call it, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just stubborn. My goodness, look at that. Look at that rock. That's unbelievable. I'm going to dot that. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to do any different. Oh my goodness. So I'm just looking at it. I've got goosebumps. That's amazing. Did I just cut that? I did, didn't I? Unbelievable. I don't know what to say. That's pics of other stuff. That's going to cut an absolute honker of a stone. Like, it's huge. The thing that makes me nervous is I want to standardise the shape, right? So I need to either make it into a drop or something. I'm going to have to carve that end down. There's a slight area where it's not shining as much. I've got to fix that up. Each time I do that, it loses mass. And so I've really got to think about how to do that. This is going to haunt my dreams. But it is an absolutely astonishing stone. I'm just going, is there... What I might do is I might go in now and I will go and I will straight away dop it up. There's no time like the present. But then we'll go, I'm not going to do any more cutting tonight because, well, I might. Okay, so I'll show you this as it stands. Let's see if we can give you a... I'll zoom in on it. We'll go from this side. Sorry about the quality of everything, but you're just going to have to deal with it. There we go. Okay. So come on, let's get into the sun. There we go. Now this is quite dry now. I don't know, I can't see anything because of the stupid, I can only see a rough outline and maybe some colour. I'm hoping that it's in focus and you're seeing some nice stuff. But okay, let's go back out. Right. So here is the... I've got to get a dopstick. Sorry, I'm just a bit stunned, so I'm behaving a bit stun mullety. But I'm going to dop it up. We're going to do any more cutting, but I am going to dop it up. So we've got this. Right. Bit of moisture on the stick. I don't care if I burn my hand. Slot machines? Was it an ad?
Weirdly, it doesn't look that great at the moment, but it's a really good stone, this one. My goodness. So you're at a casino or something? Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. So what happened was that I went and selected an opal. This was not one opal that I selected. Well, I did select it earlier, but I selected it in front of everybody. And I thought I was doing great talking. I was doing some great talking and then found out I wasn't doing some great talking. That's, I think, the potch. So I haven't quite sorted out the potch yet. I can do that. Is that balanced enough? Making a doublet, that's quite a complex business. I think making doublets is harder than making solids. Yeah, so that piece there on the end is going to have to go. I don't want to. It's got a bit of colour on it. So I'm going to really think hard about it. So let's give this one a look. There's a bit of sunlight here, so I can actually have a look at it. Oh, you can't see it. Yeah. All right. It's red where that is too. So I might actually, this might be a freeform. This one might end up being freeform because it is that good. It's the stove. Oh, that's because I was dopping the opal. There's the potch line. I'm going to have to do something about that. Look at that. Unbelievable. Okay, so what you're seeing here is you're seeing some very light colour, right? It's much better in the flesh. But the fact that you're seeing colour at all with such a light stone is remarkable in its own right. That thing is going to be a monster. It is so gorgeous. All right. Yeah, I see. Yes. There's red there. Let's get in there. There's red there, right next to the blue. That's unbelievable. Like you can see literally a line, red, blue, red. That is an astonishing. Great, it faces that way, does it? We'll try and fix that up, don't worry. At the moment it's sitting there, it's sitting at about 3 carats. So that's an easy 1,000. Oh. Hey, Loki. All right, I need to calm down now because, like, well, that was an absolute. That was an amazing stone. Yeah, I'll let you out. There you are. Do you want out? Scratch. I've just cut a really good opal. Did you know that? Right. How'd you get? Come on, Loki. Time to spring you. Now, J's for Genius, I'm not sure if you saw this before. I'll head over to the microscope again. This is the third time I'm doing it. But I figured out what's wrong with Loki. This is her feather under magnification. As far as I know, that's the action of mites. So what I'm starting to work on is just getting a topical, basically pyrethrum for the time being. Then I'm going to go to a vet and get something a little bit more brutal to try and take out those mites. Hey, Max. No, relax. Relax, Max. Well, it's better than her being stressed, I suppose. And she's already a lot more comfortable because what I've been doing is I've been getting some pyrethrum and sticking it onto a little scratching stick and then scratching her with the scratching stick. And that has meant that the insecticide, has meant the insecticide is actually getting into where it needs to go. And so I think she's already a lot more comfortable. But still, she's got little... She's not looking too bad underneath there. Let's have a look. And the good news is that if the problem all along has been mites, then maybe she's going to get a feather condition back. I do have an avian vet. I haven't seen her in quite a few years. When I first got Loki, we had a treatment plan and a whole heap of stuff going with her. And then the vet got her spine fused. And she was out of action for at least a year. I don't even know if she's alive or dead. I'm trying to call her and see if her practice is up and running again. If not, I'm going to have to find another specialist avian vet, which is a bit annoying. This one was the best one in Sydney. She's the one who was able to give me the good news about Loki, that she does not have beak and feather disease. That was our major concern. We didn't really care too much about the state of her feathers so long as she didn't have beak and feather. Hello. Max has been ridiculously cheeky recently. You cheeky little fella. Right, how's your food situation? Water's good, food's good. Have a look at this. I was sick of the food bowl that was over in there, so I actually built a new one. Would you like a bit of a scratchy patch? Come on, little ham claw. There you go. You did well with that. I'm just popping it there. Happy to give that a shot. Well, if it all goes wrong, we can make her into a green curry, I suppose. Oh, I would never do that to you, Loki. Yeah, well, I think she does get a bit stressed too, but no, not outside the realm of what is normal. And the other thing is that the kids know how to spring her with this, and it's easier than using the padlock. And I'm happy to get the bird to perform, but like if it's going to impact her health, no, we're not doing that. You all right there, Max? Hello, Cristiano. You all right there? Don't eat the phone. Don't eat the phone. Just looking at my fingers holding the phone. Do you want a scratchy pitch? Here you go. Yeah. I'll show you a little bit of a stupidity that I did with Max. I accidentally scratched Max's feather, this one, and made a blood feather, which is naughty, very naughty. Look at that, you poor thing. That was my fault. It's got a whole heap of other pins, and so I was just absent-mindedly doing all the pins, and I did that instead. So you've got to be careful taking those pins out. This dude's a male. This one's a female. Don't expect any chicks because she will not have anything to do with Max. As a matter of fact, her way of expressing disappointment or disgust is to say, hello, Max. Max is quite boisterous. You need to go for a fly, mate. Hello. Okay. I've just been given the marching orders by the boss. So that means that I've got to go. So I hope you've had a lovely time watching all of this. If you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to smash the like button. Don't smash your phone, just the like button. Subscribe on the way out if you're so inclined. Portugal. Ahoy, hoy. Yeah. All right, so what I'll do is I'll just go over to Pony again, give her a scratch and get her to say goodbye to you, and then the two birds will say goodbye as well. All right. So there you are. Bye-bye, says Pony. Bye-bye, says the other birds. Goodbye. I'll flip the phone around. It's goodbye from me. Dr. Phil out. Have a lovely evening.